Hello. Welcome, everybody. Here's crossing our fingers and our toes that everything works tonight because it is absolutely storming outside. It just hit. You might be able to see it from my window over here. All right, let's go ahead and play our splash video, and I will be right back with introductions in about 20 seconds. All right. Welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So for tonight's episode, we have no planned topic because I was just so freaking angry last week when we had to do all bare bones. And I tried. Yeah, I know, right? Hello to Katie. Welcome. Is it working? Is it working? Goes over to the tube of you to check. It might be working in both places. I'm pretty darn sure it is. And I feel like sometimes I jinx myself by doing the tech check, because when I don't do the tech check, it tends to work. And when I do the tech check, it doesn't work. And this has been like a whole ordeal of trying to figure out like why my third party live streaming stuff hasn't been working consistently. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I don't have to do the tech check. So thank you. Thank you, Katie. So no set topic tonight, but yay that we can all be together and gather together on this very, very hot, very stormy night here in New York. But yes, I am a tarot reader. We've been working with, for the past couple of days, we've been working with the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, which is an oracle deck based on archetypes, 78 archetypes. Highly recommend. Hold on. What's going on here? Usually when I hold it up, do I have to like mirror this or something? Let me check my settings here. Yeah, let me not mirror the camera so that you guys can get a glimpsione of that, and so that it's not reversed. So yeah, this is the guidebook that goes along with the archetypes. The guidebook that goes along with the archetypes deck, which is a circular deck. It's a really lovely deck. Today we had the Queen archetype that I posted on social media, and it took me forever and a day to post it because my phone wasn't consistently working. So it's just like, if it's not one thing, it's another, or it has felt like that over the last week. And Mr. Tarot by Hilary was saying to me, let's just blame Mercury and Gatorade. I'm just like, Mercury isn't in Gatorade anymore, honey, so we can't. Yeah, can I ask some questions about booking a reading? Absolutely, ask away. What do you want to know? So yeah, booking a reading, you're able to book a reading at my website, tarotbyhilary.com. I have a bunch of different options. I have Zoom readings for my international clients. I have phone readings where I have a conference call line that I call into and you call into at the same time. I am able to provide recordings for all of my sessions. Both the phone sessions and the Zoom sessions. And I also do email readings as well as doing in-person readings if you are in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Basically, if you're within a half an hour radius of Westchester County or within Westchester County, I can usually meet you for an in-person reading. But I haven't been doing a lot of in-person readings lately because Zoom is just so damn convenient, and so is a phone reading. It's just like, why not? I'm comfortable in my home, you're comfortable wherever you are, and the reading works just as well, sometimes, if not better. So, but yeah, if you have any problems booking a reading, just let me know. Just shoot me an email, but it's all taken care of through Acuity Scheduling, which is on my website, tarotbyhilary.com. Any other questions? And I also do tarot tutoring as well, and tapping. So you can book a tapping session with me as well as a tarot tutoring session with me as well. All different things. So we had the Queen archetype today. And, I was completely convinced that we were going to get the Queen archetype yesterday. And then for some reason we didn't. So then I shuffled up today and I laughed when I pulled the Queen. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess it's today, not yesterday. Yesterday, I think we got the Temple card. Like I said, the archetypes deck is 78 cards. And yes, there are 78 cards in a tarot deck, but this itself is not a tarot deck because it doesn't have the standard structure of the tarot, which would be the major arcana, 22 major arcana cards, the minor arcana, ace through 10, 4 suits, and then the court cards. Like, this does not have that structure. It's just archetypes. But I like it. It's a good deck. So anyway, I'm completely jazzed. Like, I don't even know what to say because it's just like, oh my God, this is working. It's like, I have nothing to rail about. I have nothing to be angry about. Oh, awesome. Okay, so Katie's asking, okay, I was thinking of getting a reading for my next year, but I didn't want a monthly 13 card reading. I was thinking of an hour-long reading, but do I come with various questions? What's the best approach to get best value? Exactly that. And I will always say that at the top of the reading, or even you can even ask these questions after you book the time slot. You can even purchase a gift certificate if you're not sure, if you know that you want a reading but you're not sure of the dates yet, but you want to make sure that you have it. Then there's there's a code that you get. Again, it's all automatic through Acuity Scheduling, which makes it really, really easy. So you can buy gift certificates for a half an hour or an hour. And then when you're ready to select a date, you can go on to my website, look at the scheduler, find the date and time that works for you. And it does account for time zone differences as well, which is really nice for my international clients, which I know, Katie, you are. Then you can go ahead and pick your date and time. And then there's a coupon code basically that allows you to pay for your reading. So if you're not sure when you want to book, but you know you want to book with me, you can purchase a gift certificate. Just a thought. But yeah, what's the best approach to get best value is sometimes I will structure it as, if it's one big question that you have and you know there's like really a lot of pivot points, but it's like this one big question that I have for the year ahead, we can do a Celtic Cross and I'll pull cards. So it's 10 or 11 cards in the Celtic Cross, and read on that situation. And then with the remainder of the time, you can ask any questions that came up from that reading, or you can ask separate questions. But if you do have a lot of questions, I would say, if for each question, I'd pull 3 to 5 cards for each question. Because I also want you to maximize your time with me, because it's your time, it's your money, it's your reading. And I, as a tarot reader, want you to get best value too. So, and I understand that, like the monthly 13 card reading, It's great. That's the 13 Moons spread by Kim Krantz, from her spirit cloth, where it's different symbols that are on the cloth, and they translate into different tarot spreads. And then you can just lay out your cards, and then you have the positional meanings like in the little booklet that goes along with it, which is a really, really great year ahead spread. But there are also other year ahead spreads that can be used or utilized. But I tend to be kind of more basic and usually only offer the 13 moons or a Celtic cross or 3 to 5 cards for each question. Like, honestly, 3 card readings are really my bread and butter. And it tends to answer quite a few tarot questions because, sometimes more isn't exactly better. Like, pulling more cards isn't exactly better. It's just more. So, and sometimes instead of the clarity you're seeking from pulling a clarifier card, the message or the interpretation of the reading starts to get more muddled the more cards you pull. So that's just my personal opinion. But I have been thinking about offering, instead of maybe time-based readings, more specialty readings where it's just like, you can book this spread, or you can book this spread, or you can book that spread. So I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with that. Do you do a bunch of 3 card readings in an hour? Yes, kind of. Or a bigger full range reading? You are answering me before I post this, LOL. You're mind reading me. Well, clearly I'm good at my job. Who's psychic, Hilary? Points at you, Hilary. Well, I mean, I have been doing this for a long time. So, and I'll always talk at the, like, again, at the top of the reading to ask, like, what are you looking for today? What prompted you to book a reading? Because most of the time, like, I do have, on my website, I have a link to an article on Empower Your Readings and how to frame questions for the tarot. And so there is a confirmation email that goes out with not email readings, unfortunately. I probably should, though. Let me see if I'm able to automate that. But I have, for at least live readings, so phone readings, Zoom readings, in-person readings, I will usually have the link to how to frame questions within that confirmation email, so that when you're walking into a reading with me, you kind of know what to expect, and you have this little like article in your back pocket, which also gives you sample questions to bring to your tarot reader. Any tarot reader, it doesn't have to be me. I'd like it for I'd like it to be me, but it doesn't have to be. But my best recommendations for how to phrase things for a divination system like the tarot. So I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. So I have that baked into the confirmation email, so that, I'm already setting expectations for the reading before you even start the reading, before, this is like whenever you book the reading, you have that information as soon as you receive that confirmation email, as soon as you book. So you're not going in empty. You're not going into a reading with me empty-handed necessarily. But I usually will. And I do have intake questions as well that I have for when you're booking a session with me, not only to track referrals, where it's just like, how did you hear of me, just to see if any marketing efforts that I might have out there is working or are working, and what's working, what's not working. So, like, very recently, I've had a lot of newer clients coming, and a lot of them have had tarot readings before, not necessarily with me, but they are familiar with tarot readings and how they work. And also they've been finding me through Google, or through, internet search, or through research from internet search, or from social media. So I know that those things are working because I have that baked into the intake form. And then another part of the intake form is, have you had a tarot reading before? because I want to know ahead of the reading, like how much introduction do I need? Like, are you a complete and utter tarot virgin and I have to explain how tarot works? Or do I have to do a very light, okay, I see that you've had a tarot reading before, not necessarily with me. I'm just going to explain like 2 seconds how I understand tarot and how I think tarot works, and then we'll get started, because I don't want to take up a lot of time in the explanation. I want to get right into reading your cards. This is not something that I planned on talking about tonight, but thank you, Katie, for asking the questions. And it is a good idea. I mean, I know it seems like August is too far out to start booking your like Halloween readings, or if you want to do if you want a tarot reader at your Halloween party. I know you might think it's too, you know, too far out. It is not too far out. I am starting to book Halloween parties. I'm starting to book events. I already have something in September, reading tarot cards at the Practical Magic 2 showing at Jacob Burns. That's, I believe, on September 12th. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do. Yeah, thank you, Katie. FYI, our video pixelated, now it's back. Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna be happening. Thank you for letting me know. Because we have a significant thunderstorm going on here. But like, let me know if I completely like lose sound or lose audio. So yeah, so exactly. Like, so if I wanted a birthday reading, yeah, if you wanted a birthday reading, but you're not sure of the timing around it, or you can say that to people, like, hey, I would really, really love a birthday reading with Hilary. Like, that's what I want for my birthday. Can you get me a gift certificate? Like you can put that on your shopping list. If that's one of the birthday gifts you want, you can totally do that. And again, my website is tarotbyhilary.com, Hilary with one L. I'm actually going to pull it up right now just so I can show you guys how straightforward the booking process is. And if you want a gift certificate, which again, I didn't plan on doing this. We are still going to, by the way, do the Astro Biz Digest and the mid-episode reading. Hopefully everything remains. And maybe the mid-episode reading might be an archetypes reading with 3 cards from the archetypes deck. So we'll see. So by the way, does everyone like my, there we go. Does everyone like my little animation there? I fixed it. I feel like there's something more going on in that animation. I probably could clean it up a little bit. But just a reminder to like, subscribe, comment, participate, So yeah, so to book a reading, let's go ahead and take that down real quick. Yes, very professional. I tried really hard. So we can go ahead and share screen. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Chromie tab here. Thank you. Beautiful. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. I'm also going to like share tab audio, even though I don't think it's like necessary. But show screen. There we go. Yep, so here's my website right here, tarotbyhilary.com. You do also have on the tippy toppy, you have the top navigation and drop downs as well. So some of these, if you hover over, they're supposed to have another drop down for some of them. I don't know why that's not working anymore. I guess I need to update my website a little bit. It used to be a live, like, I can't remember what the terminology is, but maybe if I click on free updates. No, I don't think so. Ethics, media, FAQ. I feel like one of them had a drop down, but now I can't remember which one. But this is also a reminder, if I'm not the right reader for you, or if you're looking for a reader and you're not sure how to go about it, any professional tarot reader worth their salt is going to have a facts and ethics page, at the very least an ethics page, where they make their ethics very, very clear. You know, what they do, what they don't do, what they read on, what they don't read on, what they'll tolerate, what they won't tolerate. So I have a couple of FAQs, frequently asked questions, on the tippy toppy here, like, are you psychic? How do you do email readings? Since I'm not there to shuffle the cards myself, yes, I do email readings too. Why don't you do emergency readings or same day appointments? What's it like being a tarot reader? Can I hire you for events and parties? I've got my cancellation, refunds, and returns policy right here. And I think all of you do know some of this. And I don't expect anyone to memorize this. That's why it's there. It's there. There's it's on the website for a reason. So it's there in black and white, and you can see it. And I can always like point to it and reference it. But my best recommendation for finding a tarot reader that meshes well with you is looking for someone that has very similar ethics to you. That's the best way I see it. So I will never discuss the content of your reading with anyone else other than you. The information's for you and you alone. And I don't often retain any details of your reading. So if you have a reading from me, please bring either a notebook to take notes or a recording device. That is for in-person readings. Most people can just record on their phones. Or if you are booking a Zoom reading or a phone reading, I will provide you a recording after the session. I'm here to help you, not your mother, not your significant other, not your family, not your friends, you. If they want a reading, they can come see me. So basically, my way of saying I don't do third-party readings, meaning like I'm not going to spy on somebody else you're asking about through the cards. I'm not going to do that. Now, I am going to do that if it pertains to you. So there are definitely ways to be able to phrase a question in which it's just like, this is your reading. This information is for you. But I don't do it to spy on other people. And related to that, I will always try to work with you to rephrase your question to the cards. Rephrase your question to the cards to be empowering to you. This means more how and less when questions, even though there are ways to do timing. If I'd love to say be able to read for everyone and anyone. That's not the case. I might not jive with your energy. You might not jive with mine. I might find that you're a very pleasant person. And so please don't take it personally if I can't read for you. Some people I just can't read for, and that's okay. Yeah, so you got all of that stuff there. I also have a little bit of this on my about page as well. So bragging rights, where I've taught and when and what. Some of the as seen in, what am I doing when I'm not doing my job. I need to update this because I have 4 tattoos now. That is the problem with fun facts, especially if you are someone who has tattoos. You can't just stop with just one tattoo. So learning tarot, wanting a tarot reading, purchasing a reading, so you can do that one of 2 ways. You can just go to the buy a reading page, or you can hit the schedule appointment button. That takes you directly to Acuity, or gives you a pop-up for Acuity. Yeah, that's the pop-up for my Acuity. Yeah. So now you're not seeing that because it's in a different in a different window. So let's see. So click on buy a reading, scroll down, little do's and don'ts. Please contact me first to check availability for parties, private events, etc. There's a picture of me at Reader's Studio reading for Teresa Reed. General hours and Eastern Standard Time. And then you scroll down here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you guys see that? Those were very, very close lightning strikes, guys. Very, very close. Oh my goodness. Yes. So let me see. So here is my acuity embedded onto my website, and so it'll give you an idea of booking, and if you're not seeing the purchase option, either it's already booked, not in season, reached capacity, or have taken time off to rest and recharge. And then I've also put in here, because I've had a couple of problems lately where international clients were trying to book a phone reading. And the conference call line, I think, works for US residents only. Sorry. So phone readings don't really work for international clients. So I said, for clients outside of the USA, please select either email or Zoom readings. So, I'm trying to be as clear as possible. Thank you, Fran. Do you need to get offline? Probably not. I think I'm going to be okay. Mr. Tarot by Hilary is monitoring the storm in the other room. But I might pop in there just for a second to see how close that lightning strike hit. Cause it just went boom, 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 like right. Cause we have our balcony over here. It's a small one. Yes, on our palatial estate of a 1-bedroom apartment. So we have our balcony over here, and then we have our window over here. And the lightning, I swear, went right near our balcony. And I'm just like, okay. Anyway. So most of the time at this top portion here, I will say, like, if I'm on vacation or if I'm away teaching at a conference, I will usually state that with like asterisks around it to say, hey, I'm not taking appointments from here to here because I'm away teaching at StarCon 6 or teaching at Kitchen Table Gathering, or I'm on vacation. So some of those times will be blocked off so that you can't schedule a reading. And I will also take down email readings at that time too, because unless I'm doing email readings when I'm, at a conference, usually not. I usually will just like seal that off and be like, okay, I'm teaching at this conference, so my mind is in conference mode. So when you scroll down, just keep scrolling down if you don't find the option that you're looking for, because it is alphabetized. So in-person readings comes first, simply because I, then parties comes next because P. So you've got private party, you've got corporate event, and then phone and Zoom readings are next. And then there is an I don't know what I need session in which I throw everything like spaghetti at the wall. So I've got tarot, oracle cards, Lenormand, tapping, ritual work, etc. And then way down here, I've got tarot tutoring. Now, if you're looking to book a gift certificate with me because you're not sure of the date, or you're saying, hey, I would like a gift certificate for reading with Hilary for my birthday, you can do that for... keep going down. So this is where your email readings are as well. You've got a gift certificate for a tapping session here, I think. Tessera email reading, and then scroll down. If you scroll down to gift certificate, you've got options for 30 minutes and an hour. And then we also do have the specialty reading down here, the 13 Moons. It is a 15-page PDF of your yearly overview. Quite frankly, I don't really know why I still have that up there because no one really buys that. They just don't. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. And then if you go even further down, this is the last one, we have the Tarot and Talismans ebook for the low price of $1, which is a really nice booklet based on my Tarot and Talismans class that I've taught several times at Beltane festivals over the years. It's in PDF format and it is 10 pages long. So Katie is asking, let me go ahead and stop sharing there. Katie is asking, what do you recommend if you aren't sure what to ask? Like you have a bunch of things that are happening, but you aren't sure which is going to be important in the next year, or is that the question? Yeah, you kind of answered the question with the question. A lot of the time, I don't do this as often anymore, but I used to shuffle the cards and say, okay, think about what you want to think about, which you should focus on first. It's just like, okay, tell me as much as you want to or as little as you want to. Now hold that in the space of your mind. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and I'll pull 3 cards. And then I'm going to read those 3 cards. And if the situation comes to mind, based on those 3 cards that I'm reading or the interpretation of those 3 cards, I will probably say, okay, which situation came to mind? That's the one you should start with first. Does that make sense? I'm also looking for the article that I'm mentioning here that I usually link. Yeah, right here. Empower your readings, how to frame questions for the tarot with example questions you can take with you to your next appointment. So this is the article that I recommend you take a look at. And Katie, you can also take a look at this article too, based on what you're asking. So I'll go ahead and display that on screen. It's just my website and then / how to frame questions, no spaces between. Or you can also type that in the search bar when you're on my website and it'll come up for you. Oh, good. Yes, thank you. Great. So what was I saying? So I used to do that, and I don't really do that much anymore, because most of the time when I have people coming to me, they will get, how do I put this? They'll usually have an idea of what to focus on first, where it's just like, I know it might not make sense, but like, I feel like this is the pivot point here. And if I take care of this, everything else is going to kind of fall into place. It has that vibe to it. But sometimes people don't know. Sometimes people will come to me and just like, I feel stuck and I don't know how to get unstuck. And so that question might actually be asked of the tarot. So I have on this article that I linked here, when you need a tarot reading but are unsure of what to ask, and you guys know this from the mid-episode readings, what do I most need to know right now, or what situation needs the most of my attention? So Katie, to answer your question, we would probably start with that question. What situation needs the most of my attention right now? Or which situation should we focus on first? I'll probably pull 3 to 5 cards and some of that. It's not going to be like a yes or no. It's going to identify the situation and probably identify why you need to most focus on it right now. Because it could be a time sensitive thing where it's just like, okay, if we leave this for last, then it might not be there are, there are some people that are just like, I don't want to leave this to last because I don't want to run out of time with the reading. And I'm a professional. I am looking at the time when I'm working with you, not to shortchange you, but to just maximize your time, because I'm not the type of reader that's just like, oh, we're done. I'm not going to be like in the middle of like of interpreting a card and be like, oh, okay, like almost like, I don't know why I'm getting this visual, but I'll go with it. Where it's like you're at a coin operated peep show, and like the curtain closes, like right at the 30-minute mark or right at the hour mark. It's just like I don't do that. I will finish the thought, and I will also bring your reading to a complete close. Make sense? Okay. So I see that we are 36 minutes in. So let's do the astrology. But these are great questions to ask, and thank you for asking, because I'm sure Katie and Fran, that people have these questions and maybe they weren't brave enough to ask. And it's just like, I don't think there's any such thing as a stupid question. These are very reasonable questions to ask. All right. So let us pull up the AstroBiz Digest. So the AstroBiz Digest is $99 year-long subscription, astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I find it to be incredibly helpful in planning both my personal life and my professional life. So we are in the week of August 3rd to the 9th of 2026. And this is actually like, I'm going to read the whole thing here. So keep in mind that this is from Teresa Reed, so it is in her words. So we start with the big transits for the week, and then we focus on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I don't want to take away from Teresa. If you're liking what you're hearing and you want astrology in layman's terms, each and every week, over the 52 weeks of the year for $99, it's a really, really great deal. So I always want to highlight Teresa's work without, giving away the farm, as it were. So from Teresa, her lead-in for this particular edition of the weekly forecast is, the other day I was talking to an entrepreneur who felt frustrated by the current state of her business. Everything seemed to come to a halt recently. I mentioned Mercury retrograde, but she didn't seem to pay it much mind. I'm always amused at folks who disregard astrology. It's highly useful, especially for business. For those of us in the know, a slowdown and tech shenanigans is par for the course during Mercury retrograde. We know how to prepare, which makes us resilient. Anywho, it's a really good advertisement for the AstroBiz Digest. Knowing the astrology, you know better, you do better, right? All right. So 2 big planetary changes this week. Venus strolls into Libra on the 6th, which was yesterday. And because Venus rules Libra, she's right at home. During this transit, you can solidify relationships, network with new folks, launch joint ventures, sign contracts, and amp up your PR. Diplomacy is on tap. Even if you run into partnership drama, you can find the right words to soothe. It's also a fabulous time to invest in creative supplies, office decor, and new threads for upcoming events. Venus remains here until September 10th. The second planetary change is on the 9th, so that would be Sunday. Mercury enters Leo, which prefers loud, colorful, and flashy marketing. Whatever you put out there, don't make it beige. Instead, get people's attention with all the glitter and fun, capital F-U-N. Communication needs to come from the heart now. If you must have sensitive conversations, you can find your courage. And Mercury leaves Leo on the 25th. So it's from Mercury is in Leo from the 9th of August to the 25th of August. All right, everyone with me so far? Yes. Okay, so for Friday, today, August 7th, the moon is officially in Gemini, the zodiac's wordsmith. And if your natal moon is in Gemini, then congratulations, you are finding all the right words today. Like me. You've got 2 days to write, speak, send newsletters, market, and network. Connect with the public via powerful speeches, live streams, hello, or newsletters at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when the moon trines Pluto. Intuition and imagination are on high when the moon sextiles Neptune at 9:07 a.m. and conjoins with Uranus at 10:52 a.m. Use that time to write and perhaps drop a few sales posts on social media. I was trying. I was fighting with social media all day long. Travel, publish, market, or get your PR on when the moon sextiles Jupiter at 4:18 p.m. The vibe is friendly and the public is in the mood to buy. So today, Friday, August 7th, is a power day for Gemini and a weekday for Sagittarius. All right. And if you have your water or beverage, I have Forever Lime. I have my Perrier. We also do have our Liquid Death Severed Lime in the fridge, but I think there's only 2 cans of that left because both of us like it. So we're fighting over it. All right. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is chill. Use the whole day to get a leg up on writing tasks. The evening would be neato for networking. A night out could be your opportunity to rub elbows. Sunday finds the moon in Cancer, which is best suited for staying home or tidying your office. The moon makes cranky aspects to Venus and Neptune in the morning, which makes the public unfriendly. Take the darn day off. Sunday. Mercury will be in Leo at 12:28 p.m. Go ahead and read the info, which we already did. But trust me, work can wait. Saturday is a power day for Gemini and a weekday for Sagittarius, like Friday. And Sunday is a power day for Cancer and a weekday for Capricorn. All right. So at this time, I usually will open up the floor to if Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday was weird, and you want to know the astrological reason why, if there is one, let me know in the chat and I will take a peek at the AstroViz Digest for you. So while we're doing that, I'm going to go run in the other room and make sure nothing got set on fire by those lightning strikes. Because it looks like it stopped. And the humidity is still really bad. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I saw 2 lightning strikes, bam, right over in this area. It was very close. Yeah, I think so. And I was just like, oh, did you guys see that? I'm going to go check. It was just like, you guys think it was for him. Exactly. You guys go offline. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm just going to go in and the living room and just double check. Yeah. Stop. Did it get worse? It came really close. One. Oh, good. Oh, good. Wonderful. Okay, we're okay, guys. Fran's asking, Katie, didn't y'all have fires or something there? Whoa. Or was it flooding? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just live here. Um, yeah, so it looks like it stopped for now. I'm just putting my I have this in the freezer so I can keep cool. It's very, very humid here. It's very, very warm. I think it was 90 degrees the last time I looked. Supposedly it's going to get down to a balmy 70 degrees Fahrenheit by the time all of the storms run through. But whew, it is warm and it is very, very humid. All right, no takers on the Astro Biz. Okay, speak now, forever hold your pieces. Oh, I saw Flash again. Franz, I'm in Tennessee. We were all over the news today. Oh, fantastic. Can't tell. So I can't tell if that's thunder rumbling or the upstairs neighbors. Katie says, no fires I'm aware of. Snow looks to be happening in places they don't usually appear. It's warm days and cold nights here at the moment for winter on the other side of the world. Our Australian friends. Nothing for me. Nothing for me. I'm anticipating my solo return, which will be approximately 11:23 p.m. Sunday, your time, Monday, the 10th, my time. Well, happy birthday. Happy solo return to Katie. A round of applause. So my bestie's birthday was yesterday, and so tomorrow we are going to a birthday party for her. So it was kind of nice to. I also was able to tune into Teresa Reed's Triple T this morning over on the gram of Insta. And she was mentioning that nothing's happening on Saturday astrologically. So for those people that are keep on talking about the Lionsgate portal of 8-8, that's kind of numerology, not necessarily astrology. But like you do you. If you find the Lion's Gate to be helpful for your manifestations, then go for it. We've definitely done an episode on the Lionsgate portal before. I'm pretty darn sure. So if you're interested in that, you can go back through past replays. Fran is also saying happy birthday, and Katie is saying bows still alive. It's like, well, it's funny when people talk about like aging, and it's just like, okay, well, what's the alternative? Just kind of a morbid thing to say, but but what is the alternative? All right. Do we want to do the mid-episode reading and the weekend forecast? Because last week we had the show. Bare bones over on the Tube of You, which was fine. And I was also doing some research, guys, on there's apparently like playable games. Like if you go live on the Tube of You, you can like play games on there and like show it. I don't know. I'll look into this. For the next time Be Live decides to act up. All right. But the last time when we were native over to the Tube of You, we had a new person win the reading, and it was very necessary and needed. So that was kind of kismet. So let's do it again tonight. So we got the lottery jar, we got the snake, we got the countdown, we have all of our widget friends that we got going here. Yeah, good looking corpse, lol. Too late for me now. Fran says, become a witch who drinks the blood of those who wrong me. Yeah. I mean, people will say that. Like I've had that. I had that when I was back in retail. I did ask a couple of, I was a manager, one of a couple of managers at the store that I was at, and so we had all of these youngins, and I was just like, "Well, how old do you think I am?" And they were just like probably no more than 30, and I'm just like, "Oh, God bless you, my sweet summer child." But when I told them what my actual age is, I'm 45. They're just like, "No, you're not," and I'm just like, "Yeah, I am." I'm just like, "I'm a swamp witch." And also, you see pictures of my mom. People don't think my mom is the age that she is. So it's just like we have very, very good genes on the maternal side of our family. We are swamp witches. We are very youthful looking creatures. So oh, yeah, Fran, don't tell the secrets. We got to keep the blood for ourselves. All right. So, if you would like to be considered for the mid episode reading, please comment tarot in the chat. TAROT in the chat. And I am going to go ahead and hit that countdown. So we will pick a winner in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And if there's no takers, we will just move right into the weekend forecast, in which we pull an oracle card to get us through the weekend vibes. Yeah, you should both be in the jar. You should. Yes, hold hands. Hold hands and jump in. I love this little thing that I created. So cute. Here, I'll put up the stars for Katie. I know she likes the that overlay that I did. Wow, good job, guys. Literally both together. I've never seen that before. It's like the Thelma and Louise of the mid episode reading. So, for those of the rest of you that are watching, if you would like to be considered for the mid episode reading this time around for this episode, please go ahead and write tarot in the chat. TAROT. Give Fran and Katie a run for their money. Let's not have it be a 50-50 split. Is there an owl on the tree? I don't. I have the dog. There is no owl though. It's just curly cues in my logo. All right, 1 minute to go. And then whoever wins the mid-episode reading, it's your choice. I can pull 3 tarot cards from the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith or another deck of your choosing. I also have the Mary L. Tarot close to hand as well. Or I can also pull 3 cards from the Archetypes deck as well. That one doesn't as much have a through line to it. So it'll be 3 separate archetypes, unless, of course, those archetypes happen to be thematically related. And then I will definitely say that. So, but Whoever wins the mid-episode reading, you get a choice. No, there's no owl. That's I guess that's our very own Tarot by Hilary Mandela effect. We went down a rabbit hole the other night, Mr. Tarot by Hilary and myself, looking at the different Mandela effects. Like Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Loom doesn't have a cornucopia in their logo, even though everyone thinks it does. It doesn't. It never has. Those kind of things. So maybe you had another one I saw. But I do like the tree and the dog. No, never. I have never had an owl, not in any form. Even when I was being sent prototypes from Sarah Summerfield from Creative Side Designs, who designed this logo, never had an owl. Though I can tell you, you're probably thinking of the owl because I do have an owl on my psychic mala that I wear for my readings. So that might be where you're thinking of the owl. Yeah. Maybe I'm the owl in the tree. Maybe you are. All right, let us pull a winner. Fran, you are the winner of tonight's mid-episode reading. Please go ahead and put your choice of deck in the chat and also your question, por favor. And we are going to take away the crawler. A reminder also that we do episodes every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, please, please follow, subscribe, click the bell, do all the things. I will remind you again with this little guy here of my face. So we have the Mary L, actually close to hand, as well as the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith, or we have the Archetypes deck. Reminder once again, today was the Queen archetype for our card of the day. Ooh. I'm just waiting for Thunderstorm Part 2 to happen. All right. All right. So the question is, and also I need to know your choice of deck, please. I was asked by another supervisor I work with, but not under, to apply for an opening in her department. I did apply. Will this be a good move? Not sure what deck would be best. You know what? I think I'm going to do the Mary L for you. And I am going to pull one card from the Archetypes deck as well. I think that would be a good combination for the question that you're asking. Okay. Okay. Will this be a good move? The cards are saying, at least the Mary L is like, the Mary L I usually use only with myself. I don't really use it for clients because I feel like it's a very much a shadow work kind of deck. But I will show you the cards that are coming up. We've got the Two of Discs, so the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Wands reversed for like kind of present position, and then future position or best, final outcome card is the Seven of Wands. But the Seven of Wands in the Mary L is so beautiful. So I think this is a good move, but with conditions. So, and I will get into the details in a second. All right, let me grab from the archetypes. And I think it's this one. Here we go. Okay, this is a little bit wild because you're getting the animal archetype from the archetypes deck. And the reason why it's a little bit wild is because the Seven of Wands is not a usual depiction of the Seven of Wands, but it looks like it's a wolf. And so you've got these like very striking eyes in both the archetype card and the Seven of Wands. All right, where's the... I got it. Okay. So as usual, what I'll do is I'll interpret the cards first, then I'll go to the guidebook. So the very first card that's coming up is the Two of Discs. So this is something that you've kind of like, it's, how do I put this? It's kind of like this opportunity to apply kind of fell into your lap, but you were also waiting for it at the same time. It was a little bit of like, something's got to change, something's got to shift. With the Two of Discs, the Two of Pentacles being depicted as kind of like this, almost like what you do when you have someone that's passed away and you put like the coins on their eyes to like seal the eyes. I feel like this is more past situation, giving rise to the present moment, where it's just like it feels almost to some degree like it's just like not being blinded by the money, but more like, not being able to really like move because of it, not really being able to like shift or find that balance or find that like way to move. It's just like it feels almost like being stilted or halted. It doesn't have a lot of movement to the Two of Pentacles, which normally the Two of Pentacles is the juggler and it has the waves behind him and he's like balancing on one foot. This has like no movement whatsoever. It's very like very stuck, very stuck, very passive. Again, I think like this is usually I'll pull like 3 cards, not really doing positional meanings, but this feels very much like past, present, future. So this feels like past situation, giving rise to the present moment of the Ace of Wands reversed. So this is a very visceral card. I'm going to just let you know. So the Ace of Wands looks like this when upright. Here's the reversal. And it feels almost a little bit like feeling exposed, feeling almost a little bit raw, or that there's a nerve that's hit. Which is not a usual interpretation of the Ace of Wands, especially reversed, but it's just like there is this, I would say in the present situation, I feel like there is this urge to retreat, because you're not sure if it's going to be a good move because it feels very raw. And I feel like just because it's raw or just because it's vulnerable doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong choice. It's just uncomfortable because it's new and different. Let me know if this is making sense so far. And then the future card is the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is usually depicted as like defensive position, and someone's like fending off seven wands or seven batons. This Seven of Wands, it looks like it's a wolf, a very, very wise wolf. And it is upright as well. So it's just like, it is almost, it feels almost a way to get back to your animal nature or your animal instincts, or like something that's like, that's really more passionate and really more driven, but also something that's very, very wise at the same time. Like it's like the wisdom of wildness. It's the wisdom of instinct, which I feel like from here to here, there is movement, there is growth, there's something, you know? Fran says, yes, I hate change. Well, and then the really wild thing about the Seven of Wands, we pulled the animal card for you. Look at this. Like there is such wisdom in resiliency and with wildness. And so, yeah, you're feeling a little bit raw because of the change. That doesn't mean that it's a bad change. And I feel like there are some tappings that are out there too that can help you navigate this, because, you know, not all change is bad. Like for someone like that hates surprises, you know, maybe it's because every surprise they've experienced has been a negative surprise, not a positive surprise. So you have to start to reset your nervous system in such a way that it's just like, not all change is bad. Yeah, they are looking at me. They are looking at me. They sure are. All right, so let me go to the guidebook for both the Mary L. Tarot and the Archetypes guidebook. But I'm going to skim it really quickly because this is a thick ass guidebook. So Two of Discs, otherwise known as the Two of Pentacles. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's not broken up. The guidebook isn't broken up by suit. It's broken up by numbers. So the Two of Discs is one eye is the sun and looks out, and one eye is the moon and looks within. Between them, a veil of flesh separating the face of matter, the Shekinah or throne of God, our body, everything's body. The gold coin is a Greek coin with the owl of Athena. All right, enough with the owls. What's going on here? The gold coin has the owl of Athena. An ancient and wise owl with the big eyes, companion soul of Athena. This eye looks out into the world, the sun. The silver coin has on it the two faces of the Roman god Janus, god of doorways and passages, as is the moon, inside divided. Like Odin and Horus, who gave up an eye to see ever into the underworld, this is our eye looking within where it is dark, the moon. So the Two of Discs is Odin, the oracle, the shaman who can see in both worlds and balance them. Your excellent vision will be given the prize, payment of the sun and the moon, earned payment, payment for excellence, perception, and perfection. So assuming right things, assume what you want, earned payment, payment for excellence, perception, perfection, seeing inside and outside equally, shaman oracle, seeing both sides, and mediation. So that I feel like is past position here, where it's just like everything was balanced and everything was right and everything was in order, which is good, but also everything was kind of still and stagnated because of that. Oh, gotcha. It will be human hours. Right now, my shift starts at 5:30. Okay. So that's the Two of Discs. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands in the companion book starts with a quote from Joseph Campbell: "The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are." So with the reversed Ace of Wands, um, is at first it is very wild, hot, powerful, and kinetic, but it also possesses great heart, strength, and courage, and the ability to provide and illuminate. This card is the seed of your strength. However, it is reversed, so it feels like wasted energy, energy which is too intense. Like that's what I'm getting the raw from, very raw. Um, and then traditional divinatory meanings is fall, descend, decline, perdition, and perish. This is the animating life force within you. But it's almost like you have to kind of like let go of what was in order to maybe be a little bit more comfortable in what is to come. And finally, the Seven of Wands, which I flip right past. So the Seven of Wands was inspired by the white horse of the chariot, the allegory of the human soul in Plato's Phaedrus. Plato described the human soul as having three parts: a white horse, a black horse, and a charioteer that used reason to control and balance the two horses or two opposing energies. This is akin to the black and white towers found within the iconography of tarot, a concept of duality that exists throughout philosophies and mythologies. The white horse is divine, or of spirit, as opposed to the black horse, which is of the gross world. What this has to do with a white wolf on this card, I have no freaking clue. I guess white wolf equals white horse, in Marie White's mind. So morality, valor, goodness, the will of the soul, hero, master of your higher self, civilized and tempered, success, gain, and profit. So I think it's a good change from what the tarot cards are saying, but it just feels very, very different and very, very raw. Now, for the animal archetype from the guidebook for the archetypes deck, oh, I flipped right to it. So the animal is the beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. She-wolf. I'm not making this up. She-wolf. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype, we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationships to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. When light, vital, elemental, alive, and dances. When dark, savagery, pent up emotion, and lashing out. To go deeper, listen to the audio recording of Mary Oliver reading Wild Geese. Repeat every morning for 1 week. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has it kept you from doing, wild one? And then the animal demands we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into animal energy. Okay. So, all right. Hopefully that helps, Fran. I think the two most pertinent cards here are the Animal card and the Seven of Wands. It's time to be a she-wolf. All right. Are we ready for the weekend forecast? I'm kind of afraid. I'm a touch afraid. What will it be? I think what we're going to do is go with the overall instant guidance from Rebecca Campbell's website, because I like to do that. Yes, helps a lot. Roar, yes. Go, Fran, the she-wolf, yes. Or if you've ever seen an episode of Glow, Sheila the she-wolf, oh my God, Glow is such a good show. Like, I don't think you even need to like wrestling to like that show, but it was so good with Alison Brie and who was it, Betty Gilpin and Mark Maron. Oh, excellent show. Weekend forecast, please. All right. So let us go with the instant guidance. What do we most need to know for this weekend? Gentle force. All right. So this is coming from the Healing Waters Oracle. So let me go ahead and share the screen. Oh, good. I'll let you all know how it goes. I try to remember. I'm trying to remember the phrase announce arrivals, not moves. Yes. That's such a good phrase. Yeah, exactly. All right. So the weekend forecast for this weekend is gentle force from the Healing Waters Oracle. So consistency, persistence, patience, and the long game. Over time, a single drop of water has the power to shape even the hardest, most solid materials, from stone and rock to cliffs and mountains. In fact, water is responsible for crafting most of the stunning landscapes of this world. We can learn a lot from water in this regard. How consistent action day after day, month after month, year after year, decade after decade can create steady, lasting change. A hagstone is a stone with a naturally occurring hole through it, caused by water erosion. For the Celtic people, they were good omens and were thought to offer protection. So many people give up before they begin to see results. But deep-rooted change takes time. The most magnificent creations require committed crafting. We all have passions, but what most people don't do is commit to these things and master them. We're all beginners of something. The great masters, musicians, and artists of history were too. Commit to your passions. Throw yourself into what you most long to create. Commit to showing up day after day. Small steps taken consistently make a world of difference. If you commit to your creations with grounded daily action, in a week or a decade from now, you'll be blown away by what you've created. There's no rush. Consistency is the key. Be like the drop of water on the hagstone. Play the long game. Don't burn out before you really begin. And be patient and keep showing up. So the question to ask yourself when this card comes up is, how can you show up with more consistency to what you're longing to create? So that is your weekend forecast from the Healing Waters Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I hope it helps. That's certainly it's certainly a nod to me about the tapping on imposter syndrome that I did for Gala Darlings membership, High Vibe Honey, on Tuesday, which was all about the solution to imposter syndrome is practice. Because in order to get grounded confidence that you're looking for, that is the middle ground between imposter syndrome and the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is overconfidence and overestimation of your skills, which is the other extreme. Grounded confidence is where we want to sit in the middle. And the only way to get to grounded confidence is by practice and consistency. So I feel like that's a little bit of a card for me. Maybe it's a card for you too. Awesome. This message hits. It hits me too, Katie. You're very, very welcome. So once again, I want to remind you all to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications so you know when I next go live, or add new videos as well. Once again, we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully when everything works out, we broadcast this simultaneously to the Tube of You and the Book of Face. Replays are available on the Tube of You. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Yes, wonderful weekend to all of you as well. We'll see you, hopefully we'll see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will have to check out that tapping. Imposter syndrome, I think, hits women the most. It really does. So that is an exclusive tapping to Gala Darlings membership. But I could probably give you some of the notes and then you can tap on your own. Yeah, so it's an exclusive tapping to her membership. Sorry. But you might want to join. That has a lot of really good tappings to it. I also might do an imposter syndrome tapping like separate because I think so many people are afflicted by it, but I might do like a shorter one. Yeah, let me know. And yes, once again, before we finish up, happy birthday to Katie on Sunday, our time, Monday, your time. Happy birthday. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you all in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Have a wonderful, wonderful night and a wonderful week ahead of you. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so at tarotbyhilary.com. All right. Bye.